I'm Natalia Bonner. Welcome back and Happy New Year. I'm so excited to be back this year. I have a lot of fun things in store and I can't wait to share them all with you. So we're starting out this year with a brand new video over in the Peace and Quilt Academy. Over in the Peace and Quilt Academy, I'm sharing my process of custom machine quilting this incredible card trick quilt. So this quilt was made by my client Charlene, and she brought it to me for some custom machine quilting, and I really had a lot of fun with it. So today here I'm going to be sharing just a sneak peek, but if you want to see my process of custom machine quilting this quilt from start to finish, hop over to the Peace and Quilt Academy where you can see that exclusive in-depth video. Now, if you don't know what the Peace and Quilt Academy is, you can find all the details on our website, peaceandquilt.com. But it's a really awesome library of machine quilting videos. Right now I have over 100 videos in the Academy. You enroll, and as long as you're enrolled, you have unlimited access to all of the videos in the library. Join me as I custom machine quilt such a wide variety of my clients' quilts and my own quilts, and hopefully inspire each of you on your own machine quilting journey. So today you're going to see that I'm using my Gamble 22-inch machine. What you will see today is a little bit of hand-guided quilting and a little bit of ruler work. I love that combination. You know I love machine quilting with rulers, so of course I'm going to be doing that here. Now, anytime I do this combination of ruler work and hand-guided quilting, which is pretty much like on every quilt that I custom machine quilt, I do have my ruler foot here on my Gamble machine, and I also have my extended base plate on. So I'll put those on and I'll quilt the whole entire quilt with those tools on my machine. I've found that I have better success if I work back and forth between the ruler work and the hand-guided quilting and just leave that foot and extended base plate on my machine as I quilt. I will be stitching in the stitch regulated mode, and I have my stitch length set at 14 stitches per inch. All right, friends, let's hop over to my machine for just a little sneak peek at my process of machine quilting this incredible card trick quilt. So here's a fun little peek at the quilt after I've completed all the machine quilting. So in the Peace and Quilt Academy video, I will share my process of marking out this design and bringing what I see in the center of the quilt to the outside. Today we're going to focus on just a little bit of the machine quilting on the main center part of the quilt. So here I'm using my 4-in-1 machine quilting ruler with one of our Peace and Quilt pop socket ruler grips on the top side of the ruler. I really love the look of Stitch in the Ditch, so often that's something you'll see me using my machine quilting rulers to do. I feel like Stitch in the Ditch really helps outline and define spaces. I don't always go through and stitch in the ditch around every block before I begin quilting. Most often it's part of my process as I'm working my way across my quilts, working from left to right. So with this fun quilt, I've chosen just a few different free motion fillers. And on each of these prints, I'm just playing around. There's not necessarily a rhyme or a reason as to where I'm quilting these different background fillers. Mostly, I just want them not to touch each other. So if I quilt figure eights in one block, I'm going to try to make sure that it's not in the adjacent block. In this first block, I'm stitching out a little bit of ribbon candy and then moving to the second side of that block where I'll finish off the Stitch in the Ditch work, and then from there I'm going to go into some pebbles. So I'm going to quilt quite a few pebbles throughout this quilt, just adding a little bit of curvature or really playing off of what the quilt is giving me. So now that I have that block completed, let's travel on and do a little bit of ruler work. I'm using my 4-in-1 machine quilting ruler here again, and I'm stitching straight lines. So in the Peace and Quilt Academy video, I'll walk you through my process of creating a secondary design with the sashing sections in this quilt. So even though it kind of seems as though I'm just randomly quilting lines or maybe even following the piecing, I'm actually bringing a fun secondary design to life with my straight lines. One other fun little tip or trick when I'm doing machine quilting straight lines like you can see here, I like to quilt those lines evenly spaced 1/2 inch apart. And you see me do this often, and you're probably wondering, why does she always choose a 1/2 inch? Why not 3/4 of an inch or even 1/4 of an inch? I like to use a 1/2 inch because it's such a great divisible number. Most blocks are either, let's say, 6-inch blocks or 6.5 or 10, 10.5, and so on. Because of that, if you use 1/2 inch spacing, a lot of times you can quilt these lines through a sashing section, even through a block. You don't have to measure, and you know that your spacing will all end up nice and even and consistent. So from here, I'm going to just continue my quilting. I'll quilt some more ribbon candy and then move on to another fun free motion design in the second side of this block. I hope you all found just a little bit of inspiration from today's fun machine quilting video. You can find more details on our website, pieceandquilt.com. Have a great day, everybody.